back when we were still at the 4-H Center, and that was like the only cancer joke you were allowed to make. Also because carcinogen used to be there, and you know, with a name like carcinogen, you gotta make a few cancer jokes. Anyway, on a lighter note, we just skipped most of this level here, and we skipped having to do an extra 2D level. We're actually going to getting to this area takes a while, so instead we're actually going to go back on the other path and go from there. Yeah, now I want to just get enough so that I have 2 Guardians worth of stuff.
Blankety says that or binding of Isaac cancer trinket.
Yeah, or the binding. Oh, hey, Fly Kitty, I didn't realize you were there. So anyway, because we picked up the log, there's supposed to be like a big boss fight here, but because we picked up the log, we're going to skip it. And I did the math.
Purgatory says, oh, BBW, you still
I have the world record
WRU
because by default, because I'm the only one playing this game. Yes.
Blankety says,
yeah, world record by default. Those are the best kinds of world records, aren't they? I was kind of hoping to have enough. I have just a little, not quite enough to have another Guardian going into the boss fight, but we'll see. Anyway, EXE, if you're still awake, because I know it's pretty late for you right now, how scared are you of the clock tower from Disneyland? Because if you weren't scared of it before, you're sure as hell going to be scared of it after this boss fight. Because this boss fight is the evil clock tower. It is evil, and it's pretty deranged, and it's actually like somewhat implied by the rest of the game that it went insane because it had to keep hearing "It's a Small World" constantly. But yeah, I will shut up for this because this area has a pretty awesome remix of "It's a Small World."
The NCD says, "Okay, I'll watch."
I'll shut up for this. Oh, I wasted a Guardian there. That's okay, though. I mean, it's not okay, but it's... Nah, it could be worse. So yeah, the Guardians do a pretty decent amount of damage on the arms here. Again, it's not a one-hit kill. They only one-hit kill on some of the smaller enemies, and it's a 2-hit kill on some of the larger enemies. This has not been the best. I mean, it's okay, but... yeah, not been the best clock tower fight. I had a pretty good clock tower fight by PB. And now we're just going to take a bath in the Thitter. Because if Mickey likes anything in this world, it is taking a bath in a Thitter pool. Also, there was a pretty slow gremlin skip. And yeah, in case you couldn't tell, Mickey's invincible during cutscenes. He should be dead by now, but he's not. He's just chilling out. Look at him. He looks like he's having a good time. Yeah, so you get paid or Thitter upgrades depending on how you defeat bosses.
CDS. Has this game to discs?
DVDs. I have to change DVDs. I can only record 2 hours at a time. Oh, I didn't actually lose that much time. I don't know exactly how much time I could save overall in this run. I know it's a lot, especially towards the end. I know I had a very good start, so I'm actually not too peeved about this section here. So this is Mean Street. This is the hub world of Epic Mickey. It is a twisted version of Main Street USA from Disneyland. And yeah, this is pretty much, this is like the hub world. You check out, there's a lot of side quests you can do. We'll also be introduced to something called Power Sparks, which are like the Jiggies of Epic Mickey. You need 15. I think there's about 40 or 50 Power Sparks-ish in the game, and you need 15 in order to beat the game. So yeah, we're have to do some side questing here. Going into this cutscene. And now, because we helped out the other Pete, the small Pete, this Pete is going to give us money. Because we were nice to the other Pete, and we gave him his captain's log back. I'm relying on certain rewards giving me X amount of money, so I don't have to grind. I remember I got into a portion where I did have to grind at one point. And also, thinning on NPCs gives you a lot of evil points. So, yeah, we're gonna be seeing Gilda again later on in Oztown. But for now, we're gonna do her time trial race, and this is actually very lenient, a very lenient time trial race. It's so lenient, in fact, that I'm actually good to
Console
go around
Purgatory
and thin
says,
out.
Am I the only one that will be glued to
I don't know about
MQ
glued
in
to the
January?
couch, but I'll be
3.
close. So yeah, we're actually going to take our time to thin out pieces of the geometry here, and try and get as many evil points as we can, because we want, going into the next area, Mickey Junk Mountain, well, Oztown before that, and then Mickey Junk Mountain, we want as many, as many Guardians as we can, and of course
Arcanoli
grabbing this
says,
extra money.
Yes. Console Purgatory. You will be the only viewer it happens.
And of course, thinning out NPCs is a huge boon, so. And of course,
Console
NPCs reset
Purgatory
as well,
says,
so.
backslash
two
backslash
Guardians.
kappa slash.
Yeah, I should be okay here. And I'm gonna do an extra glitch,
Blankety says, I'll be
which is
half
I'm gonna
new.
mash that.
I start class next month.
And now, Gilda is thinned, but she's like, yeah, I don't care. I just love that glitch so much. It's like, oh, whatever. I think I just like tapping her fingers, like, this happens to me every day. So yeah, we got one of the gears, and now we're gonna get the other gear from Horace, who is a wannabe detective.
BNCD
He
says,
claims to have,
thanks to Alderunner and thanks to Console Purgatory to watch this marathon.
Yeah, anyway. So what do you think of this game, EXE? Like, as a... It's got a certain old school charm to it, I think, despite that it's only 4 years old, soon to be 5. So we're gonna be going around to finding out about where Horace's book went, and I already know that that Polly, the ice cream owner, has the book, but he won't give me the book until I've talked to Casey.
BNCD says, the style looks really cool. Console Purgatory says, well, considering how much they raise every
Yeah,
time,
this is
I
very
gotta
much.
be
This
that
is
rich.
very
Kappa.
much a.
BNCD says, very classic
Very much
Disney
a labor
style.
of love for
The
Warren
NCD
Spector
says,
and the people
I
at
like
Junction
that.
Point. They are all huge Disney fans. So we're actually going to divert here a little and grab this key, which will be important later. Even Gus doesn't know what it is, but I do, because I've played this game before. Hello, Akiba. I haven't seen you in a while. So I am going to lose a little more time here, just because by this point I already had 3 Guardians, so I didn't have to. I could just do the.
Arcanori says,
so
is
I
it
could- so
possible
if
to
memory
lower
serves,
the volume of the text-to-speech voice?
Yes,
It
I
is louder
can,
than your
but
voice.
I need a minute before I can actually do it. So yeah, there's the book. I've already got 3 Guardians, so I don't need to thin anyone else out. Next cutscene, when I'm with Horace, I can lower the volume. Just give me a minute here. So yeah, the whole, you won't see it because the text is too fast, but the whole joke is that the book that we're getting for Horace is called How to Be a Detective. So yeah, we got, there we go, I lowered the volume for you, I hope that's better.
Console Purgatory says, question, have you discovered any new glitches or tricks
No.
since the last time?
I don't remember what the last time is, but No, I just discover things like on the fly, pretty much.
Takeda 212 says, Jin House
So now that we got both gears, we're gonna go over to
Arthanori says, thank
we're
you.
gonna go over to
Art.
Casey here. Or no, not Casey. We're gonna go over to Marcus, of course. I remember the names of these NPCs eventually. Oh yes, this NPC always likes to interrupt our conversations, and he seems obsessed with sniffing Mickey's ear for whatever reason.
Takeda 212 says, Jin House
So we're supposed to be getting a particular power spark from the museum, but we picked up that key earlier, and guess what? It just so happens to be the key for the backroom storage in Casey's store, and he's going to give us a power spark for that instead. That's very nice of him. And so we're going to save time just by getting getting a different key, or a different power spark from what the game intends us to get. So then we got the power spark. And I didn't get the other one because it involves a lot more quest, sort of fetch questing. Akiba, please just lay it off a little bit. Like, you could do it like once every couple of minutes or so, but please don't spam it. I mean, I know you're a mod and all, but still. Let's see if I can actually get the cutscene skip this time. Might be able to save a second or two because of that. And I got more money. Okay. Yeah, I got it. I got the cutscene skip. There's a cutscene like right at the top there. There we go.
Takeda 212 says, bye Letha, I'm sorry that I disappointed you Englishman.
You didn't disappoint me, more like you annoyed me.
Takeda 212 says, I will strive to do better.
Anyway, you've seen me run this game before, haven't you? I'm pretty sure. I'm relatively sure that you have.
The NCD says, cutscene skip Craigasm.
Yeah, it's more like skipping the trigger for it. It only saves like a second or two, and I probably ended up being even because I grabbed the ledge accidentally, but... Anyway, here, coming up, you'll notice that the split says Mickey Jug Mountain early.
Arthanori says, how long is a normal
Ooh, about
playthrough of this
20
game?
hours, give or take. 20 to 25 hours? Depends on how many side quests you do, but this is a long game normally. There's a reason why even with all the cutscene skips, and the tricks, and the sequence breaks, this game is still like 3 hours long. Because this is a long game. Evan Mickey 2 is much shorter, and normally I complain, but I'm not complaining. Because, I don't want to have to... Evan Mickey 2 is like a perfect length for me, in terms of like the speedrunning potential. So, coming up, there's a bridge that we're supposed to be lowering, and we're supposed to do like another chain of quests like we did back in Mean Street. But instead... we're going to be trying to clip through the bridge. There's like a little space that you can get in. And depending on my luck, this could take anywhere from like 10 seconds to about a minute and a half. I'm not even joking. This is a very inconsistent trick. Even when you actually know what you're doing. So we're going to go over here, and we have to try and like squeeze Mickey in here. There are a couple things I can kind of do to get him in. Jumping is a... Oh, there we go. Hey, I got that really fast. That was very fast, actually. That's one of the fastest Mickey Jug Mountain earlies I've had. And because of that, I saved 35 seconds. Just because of that trick. It is such a wildly random and inconsistent trick. It's not even funny. Yeah, that is like... I'm not going to be seeing... a Mickey Jug Mountain like that for a long time yet. So yeah, that can take like up to almost 2 minutes, depending on how the game is feeling at the time. There's no like real consistent way to get it. But yeah, that's Mickey Jug Mountain early. That was really good. Really, really good. So there you go, EXE. That's like, I don't know. I'd say that, yeah, to answer Arthur's question, This game is usually 20 to 25 hours on your first playthrough. Longer if you want to do side quests. The game does force you to side quest at points, but you also have enough money when casually playing that you could pretty much like sail through it and just buy the power sparks that you need. I am doing a combination of side questing and power sparks because the money farming is very long and tedious, and not to mention it ends up being slower than doing some of the side questing. That's not to say I don't buy power sparks, I just don't buy that many. So we're going to go over here. We're supposed to fix the crane, but guess what? This gremlin will do it for us. This is another recurring theme in this game, is gremlin slave labor. We're going to rescue gremlins on the condition that they do all of our work for us. Yeah, basically this is the kind of game that allows you to play either as like the heroic Mickey that Mickey became in like the 80s and 90s, or you can play more like the asshole that he was in like the late 20s until like the 40s and 50s.
Arcanori says, Indy for Disney is racist.
Also, the gremlins themselves are new characters, but the species of the gremlins was actually created by Roald Dahl for a cartoon, a Disney cartoon that he was supposed to be working on during World War II with Walt Disney that never got made. And so there's like only one official children's book that ever got published with the gremlins in them. So aside from that, this is the first time, aside from that one book called The Gremlins, this is the first time that you've ever seen the gremlins in official Disney media. In fact, quite a few of the characters in this game are like long forgotten characters. That's kind of the point
wasn't immune to stereotypes back when nobody gave
of
a
the
shit.
game. Now I am kind of on a timer in this section because there's a ram at the top of this mountain here who will get into a certain position, and I can only get on top of the projector once he's there. This is kind of on a timer, sort of. I also have to wait for these eyeball things that I don't really know, because I haven't actually seen a lot of these old cartoons yet. Although usually when I do see them, like in Epic Mickey 2, they're based on all different cartoons like the Old Mill. There's always a classic. There are the classics like the Old Mill, Night at Bald Mountain. Oh, this guy's actually in a perfect position. Come on. There we go. Okay, that was not too bad.
Time Bombardment says, who wouldn't want to be asshole Mickey from the 2030s?
Yeah, I agree.
He's way more fun.
Basically, the way that the morality system works in this game is that for the most part, the paint options take longer, but are more rewarding in the end. Whereas, the asshole options get the job done like almost immediately, and you get no reward for it. That's pretty much how the morality system works in this game. There's no other way. Most enemies have at least like 2 or 3 ways of dealing with them, but this one, you just all the beetle works. You just deal with them through direct combat.
Arcanori says, being an asshole is always more fun in games.
Especially when an asshole especially when just being an asshole in terms of combat is much more rewarding, even if you don't get many post-quest rewards for it. You'll see there's a lot of, we will be failing some quests. We already failed one quest, patching in those steam pipes from earlier. And we're going to be failing a few more, just because it's faster. And also way more fun. These Spladooshas, they explode! But, it's still not worth sneaking around them. They're much more lenient. We're actually going to be taking the paint path here, because it is slightly faster. Oops, I was kind of hoping I can get through there without being knocked down. It is possible, but rare. And this area is also, there's an extra bit of platforming that needs to be done, unfortunately, in the thinner path. Otherwise I would have taken it. But yeah, in the paint path, this is faster. Because although I will admit that the thinner path actually has much better scenery than this, but it's also much slower. And I need this health, because I need full health to do a damage boost later in the, later on in the map, immediately after this.
The XCD says, liked Prados.
Thankfully, this is the last section here of, and there's that security camera that can give me health. I could do it with 4 HP. It's tough, but I could do it. Yes, Mickey is now literally Kratos. You heard it here first. Mickey confirmed for Kratos. I can do this with 4 HP. I can do this damage boost with 4 HP. It's hard, but I can do it. Generally, I would want to do it with 5 just for the insurance. If I have less than 4 going into this, I just automatically kill myself so that I can get all my HP back. Yeah, I think Kratos and asshole Mickey would get along really well. And he's more like a trickster, really. The asshole Mickey is more of a trickster than he is. Oh, whoops, wrong way. Whoops, and I was on a timer anyway, but still, it's not very professional. Not to mention, I got hit by this guy. I call him Doggy Kong. Yeah, my Alpine Climbers has not been going very well. There's a risky jump I can do here. Got it. Yeah. Lots of time lost because I had a pretty good conveyor belt. I'm still ahead, though. Now this is where I could save about a minute. I could save a lot of time here, actually, just in general. So this is the main reason why I wanted so many Guardians, is for this area. There are 2 ways to open this door. One of them is to climb all the way up to the top and get the gears running. Or you could just fight all the enemies, and for some reason that opens the door.
Cartoons was a pretty big dickhead.
That was actually a really good fight. Oh, there's one more left. There we go. Still a pretty good fight. And you always get respawned in the same area here, so it's not like you don't need to worry about positioning in this fight at all. And I have 2 Guardians going into this fight, which is even better, because I don't really have to spend that much time. There are more of the sort of playing card guards up ahead that you can actually grind evil points off of them by continually thinning them, because each time you come back from one of the trials, they respawn. Especially the main guy. But yeah, this is also the first official media to have first official Disney media to feature Oswald the Lucky Rabbit in something like 80 years. Not since 1928 was the last cartoon, I believe, that featured Oswald in it. So yeah, this is, yep, like 82 years. First time in 82 years that a Disney IP has featured Oswald in it. And they kept around Oswald even after this game series eventually failed, because it did fail. It got kind of mixed reviews. The first game got kind of mixed reviews, and then, unfortunately, the second game just, like, completely bombed. Which is really unfortunate, but, hey. Even though I like it. Oh, whoops, I can't do this guy. This is the one I want to thin. And I think I have all 3 Guardians going into this, so I don't have to thin anybody, but I'm still going to thin this guy, because he's an asshole. He makes terrible puns. And I'm the only one who can make terrible puns here. Shut up, you. Okay, here we go. This is, I would say this is the hardest trick in the game. if I can get it. So I gotta shut up and pay attention. Nope. Yeah, I jumped too late there. I always try it once, and then if I can't do it, I do the second fastest strategy. That's like SOP for me. I have yet to actually complete... I've yet to do that trick outside of practice. There's a couple of different ways for the second fastest method here. If I did it right, yeah, I did it without... Generally, that cart will always stop at the cow, but I got over to the lever fast enough that it keeps moving. So yeah, that trick is so cool when I get it right.
Arthanori says, like in Tom and Jerry, where the hero is actually the dick.
And now, right here, here's where we can ignore the trolley completely. Because once that bridge spawns, right where we used to have the, right where we were trying to make that jump earlier, then we can ignore the rest, then we can ignore the trolley after that, because that other jump is very easy to make. It's that first one, that huge jump. You saw the gap there. It is so difficult to get that. My success rate is something like 20%. But if you get it right, it saves like a minute. Almost, it saves like over a minute, like a minute and a half. But it's very, very hard to get. So I was really hoping I could get it for you guys. Oh well. Great Guns is like the easiest, or at least the least dickish of the 3 trials. These are all based on old Oswald cartoons, by the way, not Mickey ones. Which means that a lot of the sound effects had to be made specifically for these sections, because there were no original sound effects to go with it. Because all of the Oswald cartoons that Walt Disney did were silent. If you remember, Steamboat Willie was the first sound cartoon that Walt Disney ever made, and one of the first ones ever, and one of the first sound cartoons ever made at all. So, like, all the music had to be reorchestrated. I'm Jewish, so it's Happy Hanukkah for me actually. But thank you for the season's greetings, at least, DXE.
Blankety says, later EXC.
Yeah, Oh What a Night can potentially be very unforgiving, depending on the cycle I get here. It looks like I'm getting a bad version of the cycle. Actually, no, I'm not. I actually haven't seen the cycle before. Get the lion up here. Okay, it's actually, no, it's not.
Arthanori says, come on, BNCD. It's just 3 a.m. in the morning.
There we go. I got the good boost. So there we go. I'm going to save some more time. Not as much time. I can save like a minute and a half if I had gotten that trolley trouble trick. But it is so hard. Like, I know I keep going on and on about it, but it is really hard. So there we go. That's the intro. That is the end of the tutorial, basically. Now we get to meet Oswald for the first time, or we skip the cutscene with it at least. And then Oswald's going to become a permanent NPC on Mean Street. Oh. So we go to Oztown, and this is where I will save some arbitrary time because I forgot my split here. So. Yeah, there will be some arbitrary time save. And we're going to go over to Gilda again and do her race in Oztown, because the path of the race takes us directly in the path of two of the, it takes us directly in the path of 2 of the collectible Power Sparks that are just, like, lying around in the area. So, and there's about a 10-second margin for error, give or take. We're going to go around here, avoid this NPC, because there's a good chance we could accidentally talk to him, and that would be bad. Come on. Come on! Okay, this is going to be close now. I'm really scared. Actually, no, I'm going to have to change my plans here, because I lost my window for this next area, unfortunately. Actually, no, maybe I could. Yeah, I could do this. I could do this. 3, 2. Nailed it! Just got it in time. Well, that's what I call clutch. You see that? 1 second left on the clock, baby. Clutch at its finest. So we have 4 of the 5 power sparks that we need. The other one we have to get for thinning out the Gag Factory, so we're going to thin out the Gag Factory. All of it! Except when the camera's screwing with us. And the... Oh, no, I don't want to talk to you yet. Well, I have to talk to you eventually. So might as well. But he's in a bad position here. Okay, he moved out, I think. There we go. So we're going to thin out the rest of the Gag Factory here. And I'm hoping that I don't miss anything, because there are a few spots I tend to miss, like these little corners up here, as well as the top of the chimney seems to be a problem with me. Okay, thin this part out here. I don't think I'm missing anything. Oh yeah, I'm missing this. Okay, let's talk to him, see if we did it. There we go. Not too shabby. But I hope you enjoyed that clutch. Because that clutch was pretty crazy, in my opinion, on the time trial. Anyway. I only saved a second because I lost all that time from screwing up the early time trial, even though it was pretty clutch. Oh, no, okay. This is a bad trap. Alright, I got out of that. I gotta concentrate, because for some reason, going backwards through the mirror is always bad. I don't know why. I just don't like doing it. So yeah, we have 5 power sparks now. At least I think we do. That's another problem. There's no opportunity for you to check how many power sparks you have in the menu for some reason. Okay. I hope everyone is still entertained here. Hehe, I love doing that. I just love how this cutscene looks. Yes, I enjoy torturing Oswald. Why do you ask? It's always worth like the second I lose there. Anyway, because we have 5 power sparks, we can just go and talk to Mark immediately and ignore all the side questing here. Yes, I do. Didn't take me long at all to collect them, didn't it, eh? Anyway, I hope you're enjoying yourselves. Do you have any questions about the game? About how everything works, or about my route, or, you know, just want to talk? I'm here for you guys. Anyway, here's Plutopia, another potentially trollish projector screen. It all depends on whether the game likes me or not.
Time Bombardment says, I'm just watching.
I'm glad you're enjoying yourselves at least. And I got the early cycle, which is nice. Those butcher's knives are very annoying. And I actually got, that was a really good Plutopia one.
Arthanori says, are you
I'm
actually
Canadian,
English?
which is apparently close enough to English for most Americans. I was born and raised in Toronto. I have been to the UK once. When I was about 12 or 13 years old, I went to various cities in the UK as part of a Harry Potter tour. I also saw my cousin in Amsterdam while I was there. This was back when, I think it must have been 2002, because they still had the first Harry Potter movie on VHS that they played on the bus. Anyway. Okay. Nope, that's a little too much. There we go, that's more like it. There we go. Basically just ignoring all of the dumb platforming you have to do to get up here. And paint these in. And we raise the Nautilus. Don't remember how much time, if any, I lost here, so... There's the projector of the Nautilus. And we should be okay. Yeah, I lost a second. That's okay. I just wanted to be careful here. The Mickey's Mechanical Man, I know I've been complaining about the level design in these projector levels a lot, but really, Mickey's Mechanical Man has like the worst bullshit of them all. And of course, I'm playing really well as I'm saying that, so you can't really see how bullshit it gets, but it gets bullshitty. It really does. I'm especially not a fan of the second Mickey's Mechanical Man, which you will see after Tomorrow City. Oh dear, I seem to be losing viewers. Even when I stream earlier, I still don't get like 10 viewers. Pretty sad about that, but oh well, what can you do? So I can use one Guardian to make sure this enemy goes away for a bit while I'm setting this up. Once again, Gremlin Slave Labor is the name of the game, as we are going to rescue another Gremlin and force him to do our dirty work for us. At least the Gremlins aren't black. We'll give them that much sensibility. So yeah, basically, once again, we're rescuing a Gremlin and making him do all our dirty work for us. And I still have 2 Guardians, which is good. We need 2 Guardians for the enemy up ahead. This enemy is called a Slobber. Slobbers are very, very time intensive to fight unless you have Guardians, in which case you could kill them in about 5 seconds. So you can see why I wanted to build up Guardians for this area, right? It takes about, I'd say about a minute and a half to fight Guardians normally, because they have a very specific weak point that they only open up like every so often, but you can just use Guardians and kill them in like 2 seconds. Like so. And I just got a little bit more Guardian Evil points from that. I don't remember what cartoon Mr. Rover is from, but he shares a number of different similarities. A lot of the NPCs look familiar, and that's actually a plot point, because there are different NPCs represent different, like, versions of each character. So yeah, that is a plot point. Earlier on. So yeah, Tomorrow City is the next area up ahead, and I am going to divert to take a little bit of money and extra thinner, because I'm a little low on thinner. Anyway, next major sequence break isn't coming up for a little bit, but there are still some areas that are pretty cool, I think. There's no way to get past this door, unfortunately, at least not in the early cycle. This door, on the other hand, is just fine. Okay, I gotta be a little more conservative here. Okay. That's not being conservative. That is not being conservative in the slightest. Good thing I have health right there. So yeah, all of the, unless, in case it wasn't immediately clear, all of the 2D levels are based on old Mickey Mouse cartoons, except for the 3 trials, which are based on Oswald the Lucky Rabbit cartoons instead. And there are also 2 cartoons that are based on movies rather than shorts in the end game. There's 1 based on Sleeping Beauty, and there are 3 based on Fantasia. Specifically, The Sorcerer's Apprentice from Fantasia. Okay, so I'm not going to play like the risky strats here. Basically, not only do you have ammo for sketches, but you're also on a cooldown timer. And I was initially trying to do cool strats in an attempt a few days ago that ended up killing the run because it was just too bad what I did. So I'm going to play it safe here. And normally I jump up to that platform here, but I whiffed this, so I'm not going to do it. Okay. Yeah, that jump's always a little iffy.
Time Bombardment says, why does no Fantasia section in a Disney game
I'll
feature
read that
the
in a
creation
second.
of the universe / extinction of the dinosaurs segment?
I don't know. There is a Night in Bald Mountain section in Epic Mickey 2. That's pretty neat. But yeah, I guess your question is more like, why is there no non-Sorcerer's Apprentice Fantasia sections? But yeah, there is a Night in Bald Mountain section. Not to mention that the game's main villain takes quite a few design cues from Chernobog. By the way, in case the game does lock up, I have my Wii like within 3 inches of my face, so that I can immediately unplug it and restart. Because that's what happens with Wii games when they hard lock. You have to unplug the entire console. Okay, I got through that. This is actually, I'm not going to say anything until after I finish. This is the bullshit part here. If any of these guys hit you, especially with the punching upwards, they will knock you back. They won't do any damage, but they will knock you back. And it's always super annoying. I usually get caught in some sort of almost stun lock from those guys, but not this time. Of course, I have to do that. I have to do that.
Says,
not
I
section
think
later,
most people
but
just haven't watched the whole
I
Fantasia
have
movie.
watched it. It's been forever since I saw it last. But anyway, this is Space Voyage. We're going to be doing a little sequence break here. Nothing too big. Anyway, I'm just looking at my time. I'm still like 20 seconds ahead. It should be okay. If I could just keep my head on straight during the end game, I should be able to PB on this, even with the kind of iffy start. Also, look at that slowdown. Also, the boss at the end of this part is like the most Zelda boss fight you will ever see. I'm deadly serious. It is more Zelda-y than any Zelda game ever. Also, you're actually supposed to turn those off, but you can ignore it. Oh dear, I activated the tankers already. That's not a good sign. Okay, I can work around him. That's okay. He's on the other side of the map, which means that he can't deactivate this control switch. There we go. I saved 30 seconds somehow. I don't remember my space voyage being that bad, or my Tomorrow City, or pretty much anything. Anyway, here we go. Here it comes, the most Zelda boss fight of all time. You ready? This is more Zelda-y than, or actually, it's like, it's not just Zelda-y. It's also a little bit Crash Bandicoot-esque. But it's Tron. I hope you like Tron, because there's lots of Tron references in this part. I believe that if you take the good path, then his suit, then Pete's suit will represent or will be similar to Clue's, but I don't know for sure. Anyway, this is Pete Tronic. I hope you guys like Tron. I still need to see Tron. I'm familiar with it, like, just enough to know, like, the basics. Also, yes, he said the word augmentations. That's clearly a Deus Ex reference. Alright, so we're gonna try and thin out pieces of the floor here.
Says, Wind Waker looking monster
So
boss.
we can get a Guardian. Whoa, okay, that's a little dangerous now. I'm hoping every so often... Oh yeah, I don't have a Guardian anymore. I'm used to having a Guardian in this part. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, thank God. Okay. Please spawn health. Thank you. Even if it's not as much health as I wanted. So what do you think? This is like the most Zelda boss fight of all time, in my opinion. It is more Zelda-y than any Zelda game. Why did you spawn an e-ticket there, game? I wanted health. You are not being helpful. And now he has a shield they have to get through. Yeah, basically the having a Guardian saves approximately 2 seconds when you're trying to fill up the tank on his back, give or take. Yeah, I don't have enough for another Guardian, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't. I'm like a few points short. I did screw up one of the phases here. So anyway, do you like Tron, Time of Armament? What the hell? I had that. Okay, good news is that's the exact same mistake I made last time. So I'm actually not going to lose any time because of that. Or I'm not going to lose any extra time anyway.
Time Bomber.
What?
Says, never seen either of them.
Okay, that's just stupid. Now I'm losing time. Now I'm losing time. Oh yeah, there's an extra phase. I forgot. Oh god, I'm gonna lose all the time I saved in Space Voyage. This is so dumb. And it's completely my fault because I wasn't paying attention. This is an extra phase, by the way, that always happens. It's not because I screwed up. Or it's not just because I screwed up, anyway. Come on, give me a Guardian here before I have to do slow-mo! What?! Please! Game, why are you doing this to me? Well, let us never speak of that Pete Tronic fight again. That was awful. That was quite simply dreadful. I apologize. There is no excuse for that kind of fight. I'll still be ahead, but good God, that was terrible. I'm really sorry, guys. This has never happened to me before. Or at least not to this level of suck, anyway. Yeah, I'll still be ahead by like 20 seconds. I'm really sorry. I just don't know what happened there. Anyway. Yeah, let's move on. Let's just pretend that never happened and keep going. Okay, so here is another rare example of us using paint instead of thinner, because we are going to be getting an extra power spark from Oswald for redeeming these guys. Instead of painting them, because that's part of my route now. So let's see the chicken mini. Okay, I've got enough. I just needed to make sure I had enough money to buy the power sparks that I needed. I need to buy 3, which requires 250 e-tickets. Yeah, I've got enough. I forgot to check before I went to Petronic. Anyway, here we go. We're gonna buy power sparks. Yeah, that's gonna give us 8. Marcus is gonna give us 1, and Oswald is gonna give us another for redeeming the spatters. Please give me health. Thank you. I was not good health. And we're gonna get a ton of thinner points for thinning out Oswald. My good example, huh? Okay then, here, have some thinner. I hope that teaches you about my good example. And yeah, we'll thin out Marcus here after we've already put in the power sparks. So, Tom Bombardment, clearly as the Disney nerd that you are, what do you think of this game, like as a love letter to obscure Disney stuff? Also, yeah, amazing. Didn't take you long to gather at all. I didn't even move, Marcus. Are you not paying attention? Yep, I'm at 3 Guardians. Perfect. I need to include an extra... Oh, okay, that could be... Alright, save 5 seconds. So this is Jungle Fever, I think this is based on. This is another cool little section here. I honestly, the 2D levels are some of my favorite parts of the game. Even though I have to play them a lot, particularly towards the end of the game, where they really start to pad it out by forcing you to play through like almost all of them, just to get to various areas. You'll see what the pattern is like, but I have to make sure that I have a decent enough amount of money. There are 2 more power sparks I have to grab here. One of them is directly behind the projector. The other one is a little behind Smee.
Bombardment says, I'm actually not that big on Disney. I just really love Fantasia as a piece of work. Animation put to music is one of my favorite things.
Well, nobody's that big on Disney XD. I mean, let's be honest here. So yeah, I'm gonna grab the power spark as I'm moving out. I need 150 e-tickets, 100 to buy the ice cream, and another 50 to pay off for the Henrietta figure. The good news is that at this point in the game really starts to give you like a lot of money drops. Except when you're like low on thinner and paint, where it prioritizes those, but oh, I have to touch me first, right? No! Stop doing that. You're getting thinned out, Smee. For your insolence. Look at it, Smee. You remember Smee from Peter Pan? But yeah, I think you'll enjoy the Sorcerer's Apprentice levels. So I lost a pretty decent chunk of time here because I got caught without that much money. Oh wait, no, it's... There's the Power Spark. Might as well go up here because I need the money. And it's at this point that the game really likes to drop a lot of money on you. And of course there's a Power Spark in here. Come on, give me money. Okay, I need more 30 drops like that. 10s. Okay, I've got enough. I have enough to get, yeah, I've got enough money now to get, to get the ice cream. Oh shit, I keep forgetting. God damn it. Okay, this is bad. Actually, this is really bad. I forgot to talk to... I'm gonna lose a ton of time, but I can still make it up. Because I realized that now that what I did wrong. I have to talk to Damien Salt first. There's no other reason to come back here. So I'm gonna lose a ton of time here, but we can make it up. This will just not be that good of a run. That's a total brain fart on my part. I should have known better. Because the ice cream does not become available until you talk to Damien Salt and Henrietta. Come on. That being said, I had an almost equally bad screw up in. That being said, I had an almost equally bad screw up involving the money in my PB. So while I will lose a ton of time, I won't lose as much as I probably deserve to, because I had an almost as big mistake in my PB. I hope you guys are still awake. On the plus side, now I'll probably have enough money to talk to, or to be able to get through the rest of the section, but I just cannot believe I did that. So dumb of me. We'll see. Maybe I'm just being overly pessimistic, but I seem to remember my PB was bad, but not quite as... Oh, whoops. Oh no, wrong one. God damn it. Okay, this is a train wreck. I gotta save it with the end game. I thought that was Scurvy Pete.
This game looked interesting at first, but Nintendo Power would never shut up about it, and I got sick of it. The amount of hype rang warning bells to me that they didn't have a ton of faith in it.
It's not worthy of the hype it got for Nintendo Power, but it is still pretty good, in my opinion. Yeah, you have to talk to both Damien Salt and Henrietta the Cow before KC will start selling ice cream in his shop. I cannot believe I did that. But that being said, I mean, I have enough time. I think I might be able to do another run. It depends. Actually, no, I won't. I won't have enough time, unfortunately. That's the problem. I usually run games that are like an hour or so. Maybe 2 hours at most. But when you have a 3-hour run like this, it's pretty dumb. Yeah, at least I've got enough that I can go straight to the ice cream shop without grinding anymore. I just cannot believe I made so big of a mistake early on. That being said, I cannot let it get to my head. I need to focus. I need to make sure that I am focused on the rest of this, and just make sure that everything is going as planned. We will see exactly how much time I lost, though. There's still about 3.5 minutes left in the split, so we'll see. It's 100 to buy the ice cream, and another 50 to buy the, and it's another 50 to buy the the figurehead off of Damien Salt once you fail the quest. But you guys have to help me stay positive. I'm trying to stay as positive as I can. I mean, it was a very stupid mistake that I made, but I can get past it. There are minutes upon minutes to be saved over my PB, particularly in the end game. I'm still not all that good at the end game, but I had a particularly bad time at the end game relative to how I usually do. I am a little short. I need 75, but there's a 10 that always drops just below.
Time Bombardment says, happiest place on Earth,
Yeah.
remember.
But this is the
Smiley face.
wasteland. This is the unhappiest place on Earth. That being said, I mean, come on, where's the 10? There it is. Okay, now I've got enough. So I need 25 e-tickets to talk with Scurvy Pete, and another 50 to buy the compass off of, yeah, so we're going to fail this, because remember, he said before that Henrietta is lactose intolerant. Quest failed. You failed to provide love, you bastard. Here. No, I'm not going to send them out. There's Scurvy Pete. That's who I was looking for before. This little guy here. We can go and get his treasure, which is a teddy bear, or we could just pay him off to get him the compass. To give him the compass, and of course that's a lot faster because we have to go up to that little treehouse that we were at before.
Time Bombardment says, man, not being able to eat ice cream. This place here sucked.
And it's not only that; it's a cow being unable to eat eat ice cream, which is the really screwed up part. Okay, got that mask relatively quickly, and the third mask is up here. And that'll be it. We'll be able to see exactly how much time we lost. I'm guessing probably a lot of time, but less than I feared. We'll see. One of the things I am kind of disappointed at is that the NPCs never
"This looks
acknowledge
like a
if you
good
get the
run."
items before you're supposed to. It's an okay run. I did make a big mistake in this section, which will cost me a good chunk of time. That being said, there's still so many opportunities to... No, don't want to talk to you again. That's even worse. Okay. Yeah, I made a pretty big mistake in this area. That being said, there is so much opportunity to save time later on in the run that it almost becomes irrelevant. So yeah, I will go into the plus. Guaranteed.
Master 2 says, look at chat.
But I will save extra time later, so don't worry about that. I will see exactly how much time I lost relative to everything else. I got both of the power sparks I needed, and I don't really need to grind for that much money. I mean, this area does give you a lot of money anyway. Yeah, okay. Like I said, I could say I can make up all of that time and then some. Like, not even kidding. Okay. It is possible to dodge that dolphin. It's pretty difficult, but possible. That, on the other hand, should be easy to dodge. I'm just making it look hard. Hello, Rowmaster. How are you doing? So yeah, this, like I said, it's a plus 27, but on the other hand... Whoa!
Master 2 says, Rip host.
86 viewers? Am I being hosted? Who's hosting me? And if so, thank you so much for hosting me. I appreciate it. This is Evan Mickey, folks. I hope you're enjoying yourselves. It's a pretty cool run. I also remember making some sort of mistake earlier. Oh yeah, I forgot. Oh yeah, I forgot to get the.
Master 2 says, need
Yes,
to get chatted.
I need to.
Master
I know
2
exactly
says,
what mistake
it
I made
can't tell
here, and
you.
I'm gonna avoid doing it this time.
Master 2 says, dance game.
I can't because I'm only seeing MIRC here, so I actually can't tell. Yeah, I remember exactly the big mistake that I made in this area, which is that I forgot to get the jail key. I forgot to get the jail cell key. So that's gonna be another 10 seconds save because I did not make a dumb mistake. So anyway, this is Evan Mickey. This is a Wii exclusive game. Anyway, so I'm gonna just assume that it's you who's hosting me, Romaster. Anyway, thank you all so much for hosting me. I appreciate the I appreciate it. It's very cool actually having people watching for once. And I hope that you enjoy this run, because this is a pretty cool run. So, I'm actually kind of doing things again out of order here. Wait, what happened to that 30? I need to grab that 30 again. Because for some reason I went to the cutscene before grabbing it. But yeah, basically, you're already supposed to have been introduced to watch sketches now, which slow down time, which is the only way to do this. But we're just gonna grab a sketch now. So we're just gonna spin all 4 of these gears. In the time allotted to us. And that will give us the sword. We also have to grab the bag. I remember that from another run. And we don't have to fight these enemies either. Anyway, thank you all. I appreciate the host. If you have any questions about the game, or about the routes, or about anything in general related to this game, and the art of speedrunning it, by all means, please go ahead and ask. I am very friendly about providing commentary and running at the same time, so... Oh wait, this is a dilemma. Okay, I just need to be extra careful here. Very low health. Basically, I do some like extra damage boosts here. Gotta grab some extra health from here. Also, coming up is a really stupid Zelda reference. Are you ready for this? Yes, it did just say, it's dangerous to go alone, take this. That is one of the many reasons why I love this game. Is because of all of the hilarious pop culture shoutouts. Even the ones that aren't related to Disney. So, again, bunny hopping while using either paint or thinner is faster than... I was kind of hoping for a 30 drop out of any of these, but it's not giving it to me! And I saved 2 seconds. Yay! Oh, come on. Stop getting stuck on geometry, Mickey. This is your time to shine! Not be an idiot. Anyway, yeah, there's this big old lumbering guy here. I think that's supposed to be Mammoth? Without him, we're not able to grab onto this platform in order to get to the projector. Welcome to everyone who is currently watching from the host. I will assume that Romaster 2 is the one hosting me until someone proves otherwise, but I appreciate that someone actually took the time to try and host me. I am very grateful for that, and I would like to thank everyone who is currently watching. This is a very underrated game, in my opinion, both as a speed game and also just as a game in general. And I will do my best to try and explain what's going on as I do it. If you have any questions...
12,345 says, so I tried run this game, but the one boss with the machine
there's a trick to that.
was ridiculously hard.
And even if you don't get the trick, there's a backup plan. I'll explain it later. Anyway, you can get all these symbols before actually talking to Starkey. I remember I accidentally activated another quest, I think, in my PB. My PB is 3:03 in game time, which is about 3 hours 12 minutes in real time, give or take. Actually, no, it was 3:16, I think. Now that I think about it. Whoa, okay. Good news, at least, is that I didn't really suffer that much from the knockdown. Need some health here. Okay. And now I can go over to grab the third symbol, and then finally talk to Starkey. Who is over here? Yeah, I know exactly which boss you're talking about. It's going to show up in about an hour or so into the run, and I know exactly. There is an AI exploit. First thing you want to do is go out of your way to rescue the 2 gremlins. That will destroy the 2 machines for you, and then for the third one, there's a random chance that the tanker will get stuck in the door, in which case you can automatically thin out that third door. But if you don't do that, then you can always just bring 3 guardians with you into the fight, get rid of the tanker, and then when the next cutscene activates, you want to make sure that you are like stuck in the door as Mickey. And if you do that properly, then the door will remain open and you're able to thin out the eye automatically.
Info for this game and couldn't find any.
Mickey, please. Thank you. Well, I'm turning into a somewhat decent source of information for this game, so if you have any questions, go ahead and ask me, because I will likely know the answers. It's not a guarantee, but I like to think I know a little bit about this game. I ran it a while ago, and I started picking it up again. There's a thread on SDA where myself and a few other people were posting information on it if you wanted to look at that. But if you want to have any other information on this, I would suggest sticking around and watch this run, because even at its worst, I mean, it'll still be pretty decent, I think. Yeah, like with the current pace that I'm going at, I will likely, I hope at least, that I'll be at the 2-hour mark by the time I reach Lonesome Manor. But anyway, it's very nice to see that you're actually interested in this game, Jared, and interested in speedrunning it, because this is a very cool game, and I think that it deserves more love. Currently, I'm the only one speedrunning it, so I would love some competition. I really would. Anyway, if you have any questions, Jared, about the run, go ahead and ask. Looks like we're holding pretty steady at 67 viewers. That is really cool. So anyway, for this section, you don't actually want to fight any of the enemies. You could just go up and talk to... Oh, I forget the pirate's name. You can talk to the pirate up there and just immediately open the way to the pirate voyage. Also, stuff like that happens all the time. You just have to be prepared for it. There's no other way around it. Oops. I keep forgetting my route.
Jaguar 12345 says, I run Super Mario Galaxy and this game controls
Except,
similarly.
Galaxy has better controls for the most part, in my opinion. That being said, it doesn't have Mickey Mouse, so this game automatically wins. Nice to see that only a few people have been so bored by my stream that they decided to go away. Thank you all so much for watching. I genuinely appreciate everything that you've been doing for me here. So Pirate Voyage, once again you want to use Thinner, so that you have Thinner going into Captain Hook. Oh god, it's this projector. I'm actually kind of scared of this one, because the spiders... Oh wow, did it really just teleport me there? Okay. I'm just going to play it safe here. Okay. I screwed up pretty royally in my PB as well. So, yeah, again, like I said, I can make up this time easily. I just need to be able to, like, focus on it. And anyway, I hope that you guys are all sufficiently entertained. I know it can sometimes be tough to listen to a guy comment over a Mickey Mouse game. Oh yeah, this is an almost guaranteed 30 drop off of this. And I have enough money that I want in this area. I need the health here. So Pirate Voyage, like I said, you want to fill the tankers with Thinner, so that you can keep your Thinner meter up for Captain Hook, because you want to confront Hook directly. I did some testing, and actually doing the puzzle to feed him to the crocodile is actually much slower than just like beating him up directly. Anyway, so we're gonna go over here. Sometimes there's a sweeper over here. If he's there, you just deal with him. Just like knock him off the edge or something, he'll die in the Thinner pool. Okay, so this one's a little tricky. What you want to do is thin this out here, go into first person mode, and move down, and like go here, and you can just thin it from up there. And then you go over here, and you go over to this third reactor. You don't want to. You just want to knock this guy into the pool. Don't even bother trying to fight him. Grab this, and there is a trick involving jumping into the Thinner pool during this cutscene, but it is very risky. I would not do it. I don't do it anymore, just because it's a little too crazy for me. Because of the chance of it failing. Basically, you would jump onto that boat there. I need to do a blind jump. Okay, I'm gonna lose a little more time here, but that's okay because I made up time elsewhere. And I need to do a damage boost here anyway, so I'm sort of like routing by the skin of my teeth here. Yeah, that was not gonna risk that. Whoa, okay. Okay. Alright then. I misinterpreted exactly how the spikes were gonna play out, and now I'm gonna end up probably not losing. Like I said, the end game is gonna be where I can save most of my theoretical time. I've never died there before. That was funny, actually. I tend not to rage too much over stuff like this, just because I don't find it healthy. When I make a big mistake, I just try to laugh it off when given the chance. And I'm still going to save time here somehow, even with that. Oops, get over here. Yeah, I'm still saving 20 seconds! Even with that death! I saved 20 seconds. Hey, hello, Findus Khan.
Findus Khan says, how are you?
Even with that death, I still saved 20 seconds over my PB, and I forgot. You can go through stuff like that if you spin at exactly the right time. You will take damage, but you won't get knocked back like that. And I'm showing a prime example of how not to do that trick. But yeah, basically if you'll see it like in the The one version of the Mad Doctor with in one version of the Mad Doctor 2D, the one with the Reaper guarding the door, you can actually just spin through it. And I am okay, Findus Khan. I made a couple of big mistakes, but I still saved 20 seconds. And I'm almost in the green again. So I'm very happy with that. How did I get down to 0 viewers again? I'm just assuming that it's XSplit acting up, because I'm still streaming here. Anyway, thank you all so much for sticking around. From whoever was hosting me, I very greatly appreciate the support. I could use it, to be frank. Oh, hey, I'm up to 60 viewers again. So, this area is kind of iffy when you're first playing this game, when you're first speedrunning it, because there are a few very specific tricks that I'll be going over. I'll try to explain it as I go. But you can't thin through those bars for no stupid good reason. So again, you go over here, and you want to spin attack down so that you end up like right about here. And then you want to you can sink the 3 anchors without actually having to deal with any of the extra stuff here. But yeah, as I mentioned, you want 3 guardians, 3 thinner guardians going into Captain Hook. It's pretty essential for the fast strats anyway. And yeah, this little maneuver here is the double jump sail. Damage boosting in this game is so fun. It's not even funny. And it's very useful and quite versatile as well. So that chest will drop health. It'll prioritize health because I'm like, oh hey, that gave me a full health reboost. That's actually kind of cool. I have tried thinning it before the guard goes in, but a better strategy is actually to go up here, thin this out, and then go like right here, go into first person mode. No, it's like right about here-ish. Go into first person and thin the anchor from there, and you don't actually have to drop down. It does end up being a little faster that way. I hope you're at least watching with interest, Jared, because this is all stuff that is very useful to you right now. I understand you weren't able to find any information online. You weren't able to find any information about speedrunning this game online, although in the SDA forums. We do have an SDA forum. It's not very informative at the moment about the current route. But yeah, it's still better than nothing. Okay, so this is the important part here. This is the very important part. We are going to be doing a death warp. First of all, you always want to just make sure the sweeper is out of the way.
Hope you take notes.
So we're going to be thinning this, and then, as soon as we thin out the anchor, you want to jump into the pool. We're going to die during the cutscene. The checkpoint hits. We die during the cutscene, and then it's going to warp us back over to the over to where Smee's boat is, and we'll be able to go straight to Hook from there, which I think is a very cool trick. It's one of the first death warps I found. Hello, Midget. There's a name I have not seen in a very long time. This is Mickey1, and I actually have viewers now. How about that? Go into first-person mode for this. It's always better. Otherwise, the camera will screw you over trying to paint in the ship's wheel. So you're still not asking the you're not filling the question about who's hosting me. I don't know who's hosting me right now, but whoever you are, thank you. I genuinely appreciate it. And I hope that more people play this game as a result. Anyway, so yeah, there are actually 3 different ways to fight Captain Hook. This is the fastest way, which is just to beat him up directly. I did the math, and the boss fight against the boss fight against or no, feeding him to the crocodile is slower in the end, because it takes 3 extra hits. And it also involves trying to manipulate him, whereas here you can just... Oh yeah, and I also fell and Captain Hook. I remember that specifically. Also, occasionally the game runs into this glitch where the cursor will stay on the screen for no good reason. I don't know what causes it, but... So yeah, you want 3 Guardians going into Hook. And just do what I do, and hopefully I won't screw it up too much. I did the math, and saving the sprite is like getting to the sprite is faster, but the thing is that the cutscene with Pete Pan fighting Captain Hook is unskippable and actually lasts longer than the rest of the fight. So, I mean, if we're talking about pure gameplay, save the sprite is fastest, but because of that extra cutscene, it ends up being the slowest method to defeat Hook. So I'm very slowly, actually, I am very slowly inching over to where that gear is. And he took some damage there. And now we're going to go over to this gear and hit that. And then we're actually going to wait until, like, right here to activate the next Guardian. And now we have all the Guardians are all in place to hit Captain Hook for the rest of the fight. The positions that he comes up in here are randomized. Although he will not appear in the same barrel twice, ever. That's not something he does, so keep that in mind. He will never appear in the same barrel twice in a row. Aside from that, you have a 50-50 chance of getting in the right spot. Right here, actually, was in a very good spot. And I have an extra Guardian, which means the next one will be very fast. There's also a glitch that I will talk about later. It's called, I don't know if you know about this. It is called the Shadow Blot skip. And it is easily the biggest skip in the game. Yeah, and I think this will take care of Captain Hook. Yep, there we go. That's Captain Hook for you. That is the fastest way to deal with them. There are 3 different ways to do that boss fight, and that is the fastest. I would just like to know, from the newcomers here, like those who are watching from the stream, is this stream relatively entertaining? For the most part? I mean, I try my best, but I know sometimes, I don't know. Sometimes I don't always do the best job explaining what I'm doing, but I would like to know what the newcomers think of my stream experience.
Well, Master 2 says, it's fine, yeah.
Fine. Well, fine is better than nothing.
Jetterwhite 12,345 says, no, it sucks, PJK.
I don't know where I'm losing this extra time from. I must have had a better Hook fight, maybe? I don't know, but anyway. Also, Hook's head has no collision. Anyway, I'm actually holding pretty steady, all things considered. This is a game where you can really lose a lot of time for no good reason. So, being even a minute behind or ahead does not guarantee that the run is lost, or even in the bag. It's also, this area has a glitch where when you first enter it, after failing failing to rescue the pirates, the cursor will disappear from the screen. There's no good reason for it. I don't know why it happens, but it does. And it's only in attempted. Look, the cursor's gone. Hey, I got a 30 drop and a 1. I'm gonna thin out Smee for the extra evil points. Try and get some extra money drops here. And last bit of money. Okay, good. Alright, so when it comes to the bunnies, you want to get ideally, you will want to get all 3 bunnies, power sparks, and then buy the other two from the Emporium. Actually, no, you don't have to buy them because I got them. I got the other two in Ventureland already. So they were just on the ground. Also, for some reason, the music isn't playing here. I don't know why. Anyway, yeah, you will. Yeah, you want to. Ideally, you will want to get all 3 power sparks from the bunnies. Use thinner just to make sure that your thinner meter or your evil meter stays like relatively high here, because you get a decent amount of evil points from thinning out the bunnies. I mean, if you do lose track of them, you can use a watch sketch or something, but they generally are grouped like over where I'm pointing here. And if you can get all 3 of them like in relatively short order, then you're pretty good. Yeah, I can see all 3 of them. You can just waggle. Yep, all 3. 1, 2, 3. There we go. And that should give me enough, I think. Yep, that gets me to 15. And we have all the power sparks we need in the whole game. Also, you die, as do you. I'm going to thin Marcus out after I give him the power sparks. So anyway, I really hope that you take this game up, Jared, because it is a really fun game. And I would like to see more people speedrunning it. I feel kind of lonely that I'm the only person speedrunning this game. Not to mention its sequel, which, you know, has even less interest. Yeah, most of the time I could save here is from the end game. And also thinning out Oswald is a tradition, even if I don't need the points. Because Oswald, I'm basically punishing him for his AI problems in the sequel. Oh hey, I saved 2 seconds. Anyway, yeah, Oswald, I have had stories that I could tell about Oswald's AI in Epic Mickey 2. They are not very good stories. And also I have all the money that I need, because we will eventually need 300 e-tickets to buy a bell. And that's part of something. Jared, I would like to ask you whether you know about the Shadowblot skip. I'm interested if you were able to find out that through what little research you know. Here's another cutscene that has the cursor glitch for no good reason. So do you know what the Shadowblot skip is? So next thing is we're going to buy the, or we're going to get the Badge of Courage here. I honestly have no idea why these splits are so short. And we're going to get the last bit of money that we need from the game, which is we're going to sell the e-ticket. We're going to sell the badge to Ian for 200 e-tickets. I included it as my route even if I get good RNG, just because I feel like I need it to be an acceptable part of the run, just in case I get bad RNG. Come on, health, please. Well, if you don't know about the Shadowblot skip, then, well, you'll see it in a minute. Also, this cutscene has a tendency to glitch out when I thin out the lamps from afar. And we'll see what kind of camera glitch it gives me here. Hello, Cursed. Oh, yay, it gave me this one. This is a cool one. The camera is not supposed to be acting this way. Also, hello, Cursed Gamer. Are you the one who was Are you the one who was, I recognize you. I believe, from many Sunday sequence breaks. Are you the one who's been?
Said number 11 says, I have a question. Is
Oh, was
Peaches
Peaches?
still
Was it
around?
Peaches who was streaming me, or was hosting me? I don't know if he is. If he is still around, then I don't know. Also, yeah, the camera's glitching out like hell. This is not what this cutscene is supposed to be like. There's also another potential glitch that sometimes happens where Mickey's just running in place through the whole cutscene. That's almost as funny. Also, that over there is concept art. It looks like a sketch, but it's not. It's just unlockable bonuses. And I'm going to have to take a small break here, just so that I can switch DVDs. Oh yeah, I seem to recognize your name, is what I'm saying. I'm gonna have to pause right here, so that I can switch DVDs, because I'm about to run out on my current DVD. This game is in this game has, I go by the in-game timer anyway, so I can pause it without too much of a problem, but this is a nice opportunity for me to sort of relax and stretch my arms a bit. So Peaches, I take it Peaches was the one who was streaming me, or who was hosting me at the time. I don't know if he's still around, but
Said number 11 says, you were one of my first followers, and I followed you as well.
Okay, well, it's nice to see you. All right, so yeah, this is unfortunately I need to stop here just because I'm using a DVD recorder.
Master
my
Two says,
oh, it was Stiv. It was Stiv. He did it again. I know that he hosted me earlier, like a couple days ago.
Says, he hosted before going to bed.
Oh, okay, it was Stivity Bobo. Okay, all right, that makes more sense. Anyway, so yeah, thank you to Stivity Bobo. Even though you're asleep, I'm hope that I can make my thank you can make my way into your dreams somehow. Thank you, Stiv, for the. This is great. I've never.
Number 11 says, Peaches has no channel anymore.
Oh, he doesn't. Why not? Did he give up speedrunning, or? It's unfortunate if he did, because I really liked his Blast Corps runs. Anyway, yeah. Well, as I was mentioning before, I just used the real timer as a reference point. I'm really going by the in-game timer, which only counts in minutes, and it does not count certain cutscenes. So yeah, this is, for those of you who don't know about this game, this is a project by Warren Spector. Pretty cool guy. You may remember him from Deus Ex.
He killed it after the whole audio censoring.
Oh, the audio censoring.
Master
Yeah. So yeah, that's not much of a
hitbox.
That's not much of an issue for me, because I don't really care about that stuff, because I just upload all my stuff to YouTube anyway.
Yeah, drama happened.
Drama happened, lots of drama. I know Kocho Sao temporarily ran away to Hitbox, but he came back eventually. So yeah, I have a second DVD set up. Currently, this is just finalizing, and then once we do that, this is just like a 5-minute break. So yeah, from here on in, we're at about the 2/3 mark, roughly, give or take, of the run so far. There's one more dungeon to go, and then there's some backtracking, and there's also a very cool sequence break, which I think you will enjoy. It is called the Shadow Blotch Skip. I will explain how it works as we go along. It's going to be after the Lonesome Manor dungeon, though, and it will be really cool. I promise. It's a very neat skip. It sort of works like a wrong warp, kind of, except you're just warping to the same place, except like a different version of the same place. So it's not. It's kind of a wrong warp, but not really. Only partially. Anyway, yeah, this is a Wii game. It's a Wii exclusive. The second game is not a Wii exclusive. It was very aggressively multi-platform. It also came out on PC. It started in 2013. Came out on PC in Eastern Europe only, and then it eventually came to Steam proper in 2014. Despite the game itself having not come out and having come out back in 2012 for the consoles. Yeah, if you like I said, Cursed Gamer and anyone else here who's still watching, I noticed that we're at 44 viewers. So we still have over half of the viewers who were here when Stibbity Bubba was first hosting me. If you have any questions whatsoever about this game, feel free to ask. I will usually be in a position where I can answer them, except for the end game, starting at about the 2 hour mark. Sorry, about like the 2:45, 2:50 mark, or when I will need to really call like serious time and like shut the hell up and stuff like that. Anyway, so we're recording again now. 3, 2, 1. Unpause the timer and let's go.
11 says, so who found all of the glitches?
The Shadowblot skip, I don't know who found it, but whoever did, I owe them my life, basically, because the Shadowblot boss is terrible. I found a few... Pokey was routing this game back in 2010 when it first came out. Never really went anywhere. He's the one who found Mickey Chuck Mountain early. And there are a couple other things I found, some other things that other people found. It was a pretty collaborative effort. I found like a lot of little tricks. Like someone pointed out a shortcut to me, but it required an extra step, and I figured out how to get rid of that step. So yeah, it was a very collaborative effort overall. Oh, I keep forgetting about this cutscene. Anyway, the cutscenes are done in a 2D style that is supposed to be similar to the concept art of a woman named Mary Blair, who did a lot of the storyboarding for Disney's cartoons back in the 50s and 60s. She was a pretty cool woman. Anyway, we're about to be introduced to the evil Mad Doctor!
Says, what is Peach's profile on Hitbox?
I do not know. I didn't even know he went to Hitbox until, I would assume it's like Hitbox TV / Peach's SDA or something like that. Anyway, he's going to be the boss of the Lonesome Manor, but we're not going to see him again for a while. And if Jared, I don't know if Jared White is still here. I don't think Jared White is still here. At least I don't see him in the viewer count. But anyway, he was the one. This is the cool trick that that he wanted to do. Anyway, I'm not going to be doing the anvil stuff anymore because I really only need the one anvil. So yeah, anvil sketches. Just trying to think. I don't need any more anvils aside from this one. I mean, they are useful, like in casual play, but anyway, yeah, there we go. That's like the only anvil I'm going to use in the whole game. Enjoy it while it lasts. Please drop health. Actually, you know what? Forget it. Oh, hey, dropped health anyway. So, the Lonesome Manor is the last, like, major dungeon of the game prior to the point of no return. This area is kind of iffy. I have to jump back, because if you get hit by those, you will likely be knocked back into a bottomless pits. There are lots of 2D levels in this game, and all of them are based on old Disney cartoons. This one is based off of the classic The Mad Doctor. Again, it's a pretty cool little thing. I really like the 2D levels in this game. Even the ones that are bad, I still enjoy them aesthetically. So anyway, this is the foyer. We're going to be using another gremlin to skip a portion of this area, although it is an intended sequence break. I mean, let's be honest here. It was very deliberate on the part of the developers, because, I mean, there's like dialogue for that choice and everything, but it's hidden behind that painting of Chernobog over there. And I just took an insane risk, and it paid off. So that's cool. And we're going to have to use a stopwatch glitch here. Or not a glitch, a stopwatch sketch in order to make it in time. But I'm going to do it in a specific spot. Like right here. That should give me about a 5-second margin of error. If I can make this jump. There we go. And there we go. That's another... There are lots of developer-intended sequence breaks in this game, as well as developer-unintended sequence breaks. There's a good combination of stuff. Anyway, I hope everybody's enjoying themselves. I think this is a cool game aesthetically to run, as well as to watch. Yeah, those bats hurt me. I thought I'd be able to jump through them, but guess not. Good thing they don't respawn.
Crusade number 11 says, I am.
Anyway, here's another example of... Hold on. There we go. That's the trick I wanted to do. You can just jump right through him. You're supposed to be chased by him and go over there, but you can just... you can spin, if you time spin attacks right, you can use a spin attack. You won't be prevented from damage, but you will be prevented from doing a knockback.
Crusade number 11 says,
I am
what
going for the bad
going
ending. Of course, because it's faster. I mean, the ending, like the level, is pretty much the same. It's not like Evan Mickey 2, where like the actual final boss changes, depending on what ending you end up with, but... yeah, I will be going with, all of the bosses are going to be, well, all the bosses have been done with thinner options, or with evil options. So, yeah, that's pretty much what happens. Once again, we are going to be using another gremlin to get through this part. Again. Oh, come on, really? Oh, whoops, I keep forgetting. It's this one I need too. There we go. So there's, behind this little TNT crate here, there is a gremlin. We're gonna rescue him. And he's gonna, restore the painting for us.
Have I missed much?
You've missed the first 2 hours of the run, Rachel. Although you didn't miss, yeah, I know.
Dude.
I know. This is I am running Evan Mickey 1 now because my PC isn't good enough to do Evan Mickey 2 at the moment. Oh, whoops! Keep forgetting to get this gear. I actually have a lot of viewers this time because someone hosted me. I believe it was Tiffany Bogo, who does Banjo-Kazooie runs. He's a pretty cool guy, and he's not just cool for hosting me, but that certainly helps. Anyway. Come on. There we go. And, yeah. Yes, of course I remember you, Rachel.
Me, right?
How could I not? How can I forget you, Rachel? Oh, come on. Okay, this is unfortunate. I can make do with it, though. I mean, like I said, there are... I want to make sure that I stay... at 3 Guardians for the the Mad Doctor boss fight. Whoa, okay. I almost threw away my run there. Well, not quite. I mean, if you remember the end game.
I have a teddy bear from Japan now.
Oh, you do. I still have my plushie somewhere here of Oswald. He's around here somewhere. I don't know what happened to him, but he's there. I didn't get it in Japan. It is from Japan.
Long story. I found out the teddy bear my mom gave me was a knockoff. Pokemon4Kel says, so I got a legit one this year.
That's cool. That is very interesting.
Pokemon4Kel says, lucky.
Yep. So the first thing we want to do here is I want to deliberately thin out the book, thin out this book here
Pokemon4Kel says,
as insurance, because if I get that text box in the middle of a jump, that is very bad news. Also, in the slobber fight, we can actually like.
Pokemon Storkel says,
Yeah,
I hate it,
the mansion actually has a couple of cool tricks in it, which you'll see. We're only gonna activate the skulls, but we are gonna rescue a gremlin. I also specifically thinned out one of the books as I entered, because if I get that text box in the middle of a jump or something, that's really bad. But yeah, the slobber fight you can like dodge around the slobber, if your timing is right. I don't trust this. I'm gonna wait. Yep, I would have been caught in the middle there if I had tried to get that. Yeah, we're not actually going to be doing the books at all. Yeah, there's a couple of cool tricks in this area, which you will see. And not to mention, there's the Shadow Blot skip, which I'm pretty sure you wouldn't know about, Rachel. But I will explain that later once I get to it, because that trick
says,
only have.
the Mad
Oh yeah,
Doctor was a
I actually have a very specific strategy for the Mad Doctor, which I will explain when I get to it. The Mad Doctor has there's a specific AI exploit that I use on the Mad Doctor, which only works some of the time, and even then my backup plan is usually pretty decent in execution. So we're going to thin this out. Double jump. There we go. Get rid of this sweeper. I want insurance. Oh. No!
Storkel says, also,
Shit.
I don't get why some don't love
That's what I was afraid would happen. But thankfully, I got into an area. I was afraid that I would like take extra damage or something there, but that only cost about 20 seconds. And I can still do a couple extra things here. Okay.
Pokemon Storkel says, Duffy is one of the Disney teddy bears I got.
Rescue this gremlin who's going to help us. Yeah, so basically we're going to be rescuing both. Gremlins that will help us during the Mad Doctor boss fight, and also, we are going to be relying on a possible AI exploit, which does kind of work sometimes. I'm just taking it really cautiously here. I'm not familiar with Duffy, at least not with that name. Anyway, so this is actually going to be... I'm hoping I can pull this off. This is going to be difficult. Because I have to try and dodge the slobber here. And hopefully, I'll be able to sort of sneak in behind him and into the projector. Okay, he boosted me in there anyway, so that was nice. Thank you, Slobber. That was very useful. I appreciate the help. So yeah, that's how you skip the Slobber fight. Yeah, we have more than enough money for the rest of the game. We only actually need 400 e-tickets for the rest of the game, and I'll explain what's going on later. 300 e-tickets are needed for a very specific side quest that we need to do. Anyway, so part of the way that the glitch is set up is that it is possible to like thin out the keys here. We do need to help the pipe organist. Yeah, in order for the glitch to work. Because basically we're stacking like a certain number of event triggers together. Hello, Jordan. Let's see if I can actually remember the notes. F, F sharp, C, F, the C DAC here, C.
Jord.em says, hey English.
Got it. Nailed it. Totally nailed it. Hi, Jordan. This is Evan Mickey 1. Alright, so the other gremlin we want to rescue is over here. Not quite in this area, but camera, please don't do this to me. So we want to get up to here. Make a specific jump. This is how you're supposed to rescue this gremlin, by the way. That is not a shortcut. That is how the game expects you to do it. So he's going to help us for 100 e-tickets. And that's... There we go. He's going to help us in the final boss fight. Because he is cool like that. I like that gremlin. Oh, come on.
Waves at Jordan.
Oh, thank God. I thought I died. That would have been terrible. Thankfully, I only dropped a little bit. Okay, here we go. This is it. This is the fight with the Mad Doctor. And we already have a little bit of an advantage because we already rescued those two gremlins who agreed to help us. And they will be very useful. And here, for the most part, we're going to be taking the high path. Although we're not going to be going so far as to grab the film reel, because there's really no point. But it will allow us to skip, like, a good chunk of this level.
Jord.em says, record run as an early Christmas gift. Ha
Yep.
ha.
I'm hoping. There's still a pretty good chance I can PB off of this, especially if the end game...
Duffy is Mickey Mouse's teddy bear in his storybooks.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that, so... I'm hoping I can do this. So I primarily bring in the 3 Guardians as a contingency, because the trick that I'm about to do relies very heavily on the AI glitching out in a certain spot. So, yeah, basically because we rescue those 2 gremlins, we're going to, this is how, here we go, Rachel, this is how you get rid of them. First of all, you get gremlins to do all the work for you, or at least like 2/3 of it for you. Kablooey. So now I'm hoping that my hope is that once the two gremlins destroy the 2 generators here, I'm hoping that the tanker in the 3rd generator will go idle and will just sort of stay in the 3rd tanker, and because of that the doors won't close and I'll be able to thin out its eye automatically. I have a backup strategy for that area. It looks like... okay, it looks like it's not going to work, judging from here. So I do have a backup strategy, and that involves getting Mickey stuck in the door. Yeah, it's not going to work. So my strategy here involves getting Mickey stuck in the door. Unfortunately, the tanker is not in a very good spot to pull this off. I'm going to have to lure it over here. Okay, never mind. Now the good thing about dying here is that it does sort of increase the chance of the tanker getting stuck in the door.
I sent a picture of Duffy and shared it in a message
no, it didn't
to
work,
you.
but it did put the tanker in a better position here, at least. So that was nice of it. Yeah, so on the plus side, it put the tanker in a much better position than normal. Come on. Don't do this to me. No. Okay, did it do the fast? Yes, it did. No. Did it do the fast version of it? No, it didn't. What just happened? Okay. Gotta concentrate here. Okay. Guardian